the back of it. See where you can see where on your side you got it.
We're live right now, but then at least I can see this way. Good enough.
Yeah, that's good. That's perfect.
All right. You see my kitchen.
I hate being on camera. You know that.
Hey y'all. Oh, see?
That's
Oh well.
That's fine.
It's gonna be quick anyways.
Right.
Sorry about the beginning part. We just wanted to come on here and talk about things that we are allowed to cross over and things you can cross over. Spirit energies.
Right. So we got Jen, right? I'm Serelle here from Ascendant Gifts. They're in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Okay, so we're going to talk about things you can and cannot, or what you're allowed to cross over. We've had a lot of customers and clients actually ask us these things. I know they also came up probably in your readings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I've actually, when I'm helping people get rid of things, whether it be on their property, in their homes, or helping them with different tools, techniques, gifts, offerings as well, on stuff that we are allowed and what we are not allowed to. So I know you had someone probably discuss about crossing over elemental spirits.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they don't need to be crossed over. Right? You
100%.
You can't cross them over.
Yeah.
They are where their energy is already where it's supposed to be. Right?
Well, that's just it. An elemental spirit is not going to come, let's just say, and seek you out or come to you. Hey, can you cross me over? Or I need your help crossing over. You know what I mean? I've never, as many times as I'm outside and I grew up totally outside, I've never once had an elemental spirit come to me and ask for me to help cross them over.
And I feel like if you've been told that, if the spirit energy is telling you that they're an elemental and that they need help crossing over, they're not an elemental spirit.
That's true.
They're lying to you. So it's probably a negative spirit trying to trick you into something.
Trickster.
Yeah.
Yeah, they already have, you got to remember, there's already guardian spirits, I should say hierarchy, higher up, elemental guardians, protectors, as we call in the spiritual realm, authoritative when it comes to your elemental deities, kingdoms, and spirits. So yeah, those you cannot, cross over. I'm sorry, but you can't cross over.
What else?
I know
demons.
That's right. That's right.
You cannot cross over demons.
No. Very interesting. I've actually had a couple of people ask me stuff like, "Oh, well, can I just cross it over?" I'm like, you could try, but it's probably not going to cooperate with you, and it's probably not going to happen. You're probably going to end up irritating the crap right out of it, and and then you're going to actually, receive the brunt of that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can cast out a demon. I don't recommend you do that unless you've been highly, highly trained. Years of experience, of course. You can battle with them, which I do not recommend that either because, that's also very tiring and dangerous. You can even entrap them or encase them or enclose them into a special container, box, sealed jar, stuff like that. But you cannot cross over a demon. Okay. That you cannot do. So
and for people, I just feel like, there are people that are really, that are either new to the, this world and this lifestyle or this, spirituality, and they just are wondering about it or curious about it or, have come in contact with certain kinds of spirits and want to know, whatever it is, but.
Right. I know with residual energy, what you can do is actually do like healing. in when it comes to residual. But again, that doesn't mean that you're going to actually eliminate that residual energy from that traumatic event and stuff like that, because we've had residual energy in all different parts of the world, whether it be in certain areas, like whether it be a home or a building or in certain land, from extreme, like fighting, stuff like that too, wars. There is residual,
like traumatic events,
very, very traumatic, and sudden stuff too.
Yeah.
Now you can try your best to send healing energy to it if you are called to do so. But even then, that's still iffy. I would ask, not just try to help with the healing part of it and do the best that I could, but then I would also go to, when it came to the nature spirits, the ancestors and the elders of the land, to also help with that. I would actually go more to them first when it came to that, especially to that area, that section.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I know.
And basically what the only kind of spirit energies that you can cross over are humans, right?
Right. There's different. There's human entities, human spirits.
Well, and there's also exceptions to that too. Like if a human is if it's their if it's in like a contract for them to be in a certain dimension and not in the light where we like to put cross people into.
I know.
We can't. There's some spirits that you can't cross over. Human spirits that you're not supposed to cross over.
Right.
Usually. I mean, if that's the kind of work you do, you should know.
You should know on whether you're allowed to or not. And again, I'm always my main thing is to always ask your spirit guides, spirit teams first. To me, that's the most important thing, to get that confirmation on whether if you're supposed to help this spirit or this residual energy. If you're supposed to, what's your part in it, how to prepare yourself for it, which I think is so important. What kind of offerings you're supposed to leave when it comes to your ancestor spirits, the land spirits, the area spirits, your elementals as well, and how to approach them in the most honorable way as well, the most respectful way, which I think is very important when it comes to that too. So I know that you can do that. And I know I've had people to actually say that they can, try to cross over alien spirits as well. That totally, believe me, they do not need our help.
No.
I actually had people, well, and I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know, you don't know.
Oops,
sorry, babe. Yeah. So, I mean, if you don't know, you don't.
Well, and that's the thing too, is like even some of those types of spirits can be tricky too. And they, they might want to try to mess with you for whatever their reasons are.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like if you're in this business, if that's the type of work that you're here to do, you should know and be able to like pretty much differentiate between the different energies. If it's a negative energy, it's going to feel completely different than a human that's a human that needs to be crossed over is not going to feel the same as an elemental spirit.
100%.
Or a demon energy.
Right. Or even a low vibrational, whether it was conjured up, or something like that, conjured up like kind of thing that was sent to you. You know what I mean, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You'll know the difference. Those usually flee anyways as soon as you confront them. That's always been my experience.
They're cowards.
But well, yeah. But those are your stubborn. Should I say stubborn spirits?
Well, they pick on them.
There's your real stubborn ones that refuse to go in the light, and that means that we're not supposed to actually.
Yeah, there might be a reason for that. They might need to learn something from the state that they're in.
Yeah.
And so, you can't help everybody.
No.
And you're not supposed to.
No. So if anybody has any questions about.
Oh, hi, Gail.
Oh, I didn't even see Gail. Hi, Gail. Look, we miss your beautiful faces.
Yeah. This is message retracted.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, But anytime you have any questions about that, you can either stop in person by me in my shop during business hours at Ascendant Gifts. You can come, and ask Jen when she's here on Tuesdays and Fridays from noon until 6 when she's providing her services there by me. And honestly, if I'm not sure and I don't know, we will look it up together
Figure it out
and
for
we
you.
will find out because I don't claim to know all, only about what I've been able to experience and what I've experienced, and only what Jen obviously has experienced and came across, throughout, her cycle here when it comes to her gifts.
She's got a lot of people that are in the in the shop and in the wellness center that know a lot. So, we know a lot of people that know a lot too that aren't there all the time, but we can always find out for you if we don't know something.
Right. To me, the most important thing is safety. If you're not sure, please get more information first. I think that's the most important thing, is to always get more information besides just jumping into something just because you read it in a book, or you've seen something on YouTube or wherever else on these social media sites. Please always consult your spirit guides, your spirit team.
It's never good to go into any of that stuff, any of those situations, like trying to cross people over here or spirits over with any doubt either. So
right, just thinking, well, let me try this and think it's fun. No,
it's not something to mess around with.
No, it's nothing to play with, because you got to remember, you're also opening up a spiritual doorway for this entity, or should I say this spirit, to actually cross over. And if you don't have the right spiritual help, the right spiritual team helping you during it, you know what I mean? You can actually cause more harm than good. Not saying that it won't cross over, but then if you don't know how to close that doorway afterwards,
you can get attachments and all kinds of shit.
You can have all kinds of stuff, come through that doorway, even without your knowledge or you realizing it. Creating havoc, as we call it. So yeah. All right. I think we pretty much covered that, because I don't think anybody else has any other questions about it.
Gail left us.
Oh, Gail left us.
Yeah, 0.
Oh, that's all right. That's okay.
That's okay. People will watch it, I'm sure.
If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. I just felt it was important that we
it seems to been coming up a lot lately. So
it's been coming up. It's been coming up quite a bit the last couple of weeks, that we thought it was important to just a little snippet, as we're going to be on here long, just a little snippet about it from our own experiences.
And if you don't know how to do it, or you're not why can't I think of the word?
Why can't I think of the word?
Experienced in doing it, you can always call us under gifts, or contact somebody that, and then because we all have experience in it,
right?
And it's just better to have someone do it that is experienced in it. It's safer, And if you have a spirit, like say you have a spirit in your house and you want to cross them over, or you have a spirit in your house and you want to cross them over, but you don't know how to do it,
Right. But we got to also remember too that sometimes just because it's there doesn't mean that you're the one that's assigned to do it either.
Yeah.
Just because, all of a sudden you're experiencing these things or this spirit doesn't mean that it's up to you to do it, unless it is part of your calling. And believe me, it is not part of everybody's calling. Again, always get
dangerous.
Yes, more information. Yeah. I think it's just really important.
If you don't have experience, always find somebody who does.
Yeah. And I don't care what book tells you.
It's just safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't care what book tells you or anything like that. I'm sorry, but it's just different. And I do sell books on those things, and that's great. But I even tell my customers that buy those books, that's great, but you still got to get your guidance from your spirit guides, your spirit team, and still do more research too, even though that subject is nothing but in that book. Still, please, okay? Please do research, and protection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
All right.
I think we're good.
Love you guys.
Mwah.
See you soon. There we go.